My name is Kathleen Lenover, and I'm president and owner of Kathleen Lenover Incorporated, which is a boutique financial planning firm focusing on helping successful women make smart choices about money. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I have always been committed to make a huge difference on the planet, a big difference in people's lives. And what that looked like when I was 17 and just graduating from a Catholic high school in a small southern town in Ohio was get married and have a bunch of kids, or go off and be a Catholic sister. And that felt very noble and exciting and challenging to me. And so I did that and taught for 13 years. And then, as clear as the call was to go into the convent, the call was just as clear to leave, to do some other kind of work that I just wasn't sure what it was, but I answered the call. And what I found out, now that it's 30 years later, is that call very definitely was to help people get crystal clear what they're passionate about. And then I arrange their finances so they get what they want. And pretty much that's been a pattern of mine throughout my days as being an educator with the Sisters of Charity, and now as a certified financial planner owning my own financial planning firm. I've sort of gone from a vow of poverty to a life of prosperity, learned a lot in that transition that I now teach successful career women. Smart girl strength I bring, I think, is integrity. When our firm in the early days was bought out by a large insurance company, I was a CFP, a certified financial planner, and it felt like a square going into a round hole. And what I so wanted to do was to do what was right for the client, as opposed to no matter what it took to sell a particular product. And so I left that safe, corporate, well-paid position and went out and started my own financial planning firm so I could do it right. And then each day I wake up discovering, well, today, what does that mean when you do it right? My advice is to listen to that still, small voice inside, and to be just crystal clear as you journal it or you just listen to that inner voice, and follow the promptings. If it's not feeling right, don't do it. If the place doesn't feel right, as an example, I was in DC and it just wasn't right for me to stay there. So I had to decide when I left corporate America and started my own firm, where would that be? I had to start a firm and find a new home. And I was led to be in Denver. But it was that still, small voice that I listened to, even when it was scary. So you follow your intuition. You follow your heart, because you've stopped your world long enough every day to listen to the still, small voice. What's next for me is actually downsizing my client base by getting crystal clear in whose life I can have the most profound impact. Now that I don't need to have clients, I have become choosy about the people that I can make the greatest difference in their lives. So in just very recent years, I have a spreadsheet, a 19-point spreadsheet of qualifications in order to take on a new client. So both the client's interviewing me, I'm interviewing the client. Just last week, I told a client that it just was not a fit. And 2 days later, she sent me a dozen roses, thanking me for my integrity, my honesty, and the amount of time and education that I had already afforded her. That was a phenomenal experience. So what's next is clearly solidifying who we can be most powerful with and making sure that it's a fit on all levels, both economically, attitudinally, philosophically, spiritually, and just going forward with fewer but more powerful clients. That's an awesome place to be in business.